I think that does it. I pushed the go live button on the device over here, and I think that got me in. So I'll let people take a few minutes to join us. Welcome to the Friday live stream for the RV Small Talk podcast. I am Clint. Usually on the live stream for the RV Small Talk podcast, you will find that PJ is here, or Lindsay's here, or all three of us here. Sometimes we'll have special guests and all that online with us. But welcome if you're joining us. This is, again, the Friday live stream for the RV Small Talk podcast. Sometimes we have a bigger cast of characters with PJ and Lindsay, but they are right now still in Las Vegas for the RVDA, RV Dealers Association event that happens annually every single year for RV dealers, and it's a big industry thing. So PJ and Lindsay went there, and so did Cody and Steve and Sue Ann. So big delegation from Princess Craft over there. What they're doing is they're, of course, getting training on how to better run dealership with the changing times in marketing and products, and how to support customers and connect with people in the RVing world. So anyway, good thing for them to be doing. They should be flying back home tonight. And what you may have heard or may not have heard is Princess Craft was selected as one of the top 50 dealerships in the U.S. and Canada. And you may have noticed that there are not just hundreds, but thousands of RV dealerships across this great land, U.S. and Canada. And Princess Craft was nominated. We filled out the questionnaire, if you will, submitted it, and we were actually selected as a top 50 dealer. So pretty cool. I have a few people who have joined me now, so we're going to get into today's event here soon. But let me see here. No. I'm going to have to tell my wife I'm live streaming. But I digress. Princess Craft has won this. I'm looking around. There's 4 other awards. So we've won this at least another 4 times. So if you're joining me, do exactly what Angela has done. Watch this. Boop. Hey, Angela. If you're watching, go ahead and just send a little message. And if you're on YouTube, or if you're on the Facebook group, the community group for RV Small Talk watching, it won't necessarily show me who is watching. So go ahead and say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I'm watching from where. Anyhow, I hope everyone is doing well. We'll get the actual brains and life of the party back, hopefully in our next week version of the RV Small Talk podcast live. Warm coffee. Where are you? We are getting a change in weather here in Central Texas. So we're just north of Austin, Texas, in Round Rock. I see Facebook user, hi Clint. I'm guessing Facebook user is in the Facebook group, the community group. That, for some reason, it doesn't let us see who you are. So go ahead and tell me who you are, where you are. Anyways, here in Central Texas, we're getting our first big cold front. It's going from 70s to 50s. We're watching from Washington, D.C. area. Cool. Welcome. I was about to say what the weather is here, because we're going to have a big dip, and tomorrow morning it should be right in the 33 degrees Fahrenheit kind of range. But wherever you are, I hope that you are comfortable and doing well. All right. So here's my thought, is when I don't necessarily have someone to riff off of, then I need, hey, it's Chris and Nikki and Brie. Hey, howdy y'all. I thought y'all had come back already, but I guess not yet. So I hope that you're safe and well. So my thought is, when I don't have someone here to riff with on either side of me, with Lindsay or PJ, then it's up to you. I need to riff with you. And the only way I can do that is if you help me out in the comments. So hop in there and whatnot. My idea for today is we would do a little would you rather, a little this or that kind of game. We've done this before. And what we'll do is I'll pull up. I have some questions from some websites. I'll pull up, and we'll have you comment in the comments. I'll comment. I'll have my this or that, and go ahead and don't just tell me the thing, your choice, but maybe give me a little bit more of an expansion on that. So let me bring up my first question here. I have to open this web page. All right, so this is from growingplay.com. It's a little list that they have on their website. And it has some of this or that. So let's start off easy. The first one. Would you rather, and this is, I know how these two can often go together, but let's separate them out for this. Would you rather go fishing or go hiking? I get it. I oftentimes like to hike in to fishing and hike out from fishing. I get it. But let's separate them out for the game. Would you rather fish or hike? Fish or hike? Let's see here. I have 8 of you here with me. So drop something in the comments. I will pop up the comments as I see them come up on my screen. There may be some time delay. All right. Bridget. Hi, Bridget. Hiking. Yep. Very good. Hiking. And don't forget, you don't just have to answer the thing. So the choice is fishing or hiking. All right. Southland RV, welcome. And hey, Bridget. So hiking is winning so far. You don't have to just choose. You can also give me a little bit of a sentence or two, a blurb, maybe a paragraph. Don't write me a book of why. Why? Is it that you're just not a fan of catching fish, cleaning fish, holding fish? Have you ever been spined by a fish? I know I've had a few catch me. Here we go. Facebook user, I'm guessing this is Chris, Nikki, and Brielle. I would rather fish if it is saltwater fishing. Other than that, I'd rather hike. Interesting. I think I actually prefer freshwater fishing, but cool. All right, let me see here. Let's go on to the next question. Next one. Would you rather tell ghost stories or play games around the campfire? I'm guessing that would be like card games or board games or something like that. All right, so tell ghost stories or play games. Bridget, we just got back from Mother Neff State Park. It was great hiking. I have not camped at Mother Neff, but it has come across my camping research a couple times just this week alone. I think that's fantastic. I need to go camp there. It needs to be on my plans. All right. Ghost stories. Cool. All right. Anyone else thoughts on ghost stories or playing games around the campfire? I think for me, I'm not much of I don't really play many games, card games, board games, stuff like that. So I think I would go for ghost stories, but I'm torn on this because I'm not a big, like, scary story kind of guy. I'm more of just tell me a story. I like a good deep story or something like that. Okay, moving along. The next one. This is a pretty low-hanging fruit one. Would you rather roast marshmallows or hot dogs? Would you rather roast marshmallows or hot dogs? I know the marshmallows can be a pretty divisive topic. I think hot dogs are a fairly divisive topic as well sometimes. All right, here we go. Hey, Jason, glad to have you on board with this go round. All right, marshmallows. You would prefer marshmallows over hot dogs. Any particular reason why? Jonna. Hey, Jonna, what's going on? S'mores. Yeah. So that's kind of the camping thing, isn't it? I don't know. Marshmallows or s'mores. I think for me, I tend towards focusing on the main course of the meal. So I would typically lean for the s'mores. Definitely. Just eat the s'mores. Okay, who doesn't like roasted marshmallows? I'm going to tell you straight up, and she's not here, and I don't think PJ does it, but Lindsay is not a marshmallow person. And I don't think PJ is a marshmallow person as well. But I digress. Okay, it looks like marshmallows and s'mores have beat out the hot dogs for campfire roasting duties. All right, would you rather camp in the spring or in the fall? All right, what's your emotional attachment there on camping? Is it camping spring or camping fall? I think my leaning, this is hard because it's fall. All right, it's because for me, Angela says spring. Once I get past the major cold snaps of winter, I love to get out there because I've been kind of cooped up a little bit. And yet, here we are in fall, and I'm kind of hankering to go. Spring, fall for me. What are your thoughts? I think, Bridget says, fall is my favorite season. That is a tough one. Spring and fall are the best times for sure. I mean, they're like the perfect opposites of the same perfect coin, you know? I think I like fall a little bit better myself. You know, because you're coming off of a hot summer and whatnot. And down here in Texas, I think maybe that kind of it does something for us too as well. Whereas if you're up in northern latitudes, then you have a beautiful summer, lower temperatures and all that for camping. Whereas we kind of just suffer through the summer, and finally we get to camp in September, October, November, even into December. Maybe fall, but after the brutal Texas summers. My thoughts exactly. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Because I can actually camp. I think I camp better in cold weather, so I've done some below freezing camping and been perfectly fine with it. But after the summers that are brutal, I mean, I leave the state to camp in the summertime. We have like 2 weeks of spring in Texas. You blink and it's over. It's true. And if you don't plan ahead of time nowadays because you can't get a site, you might not hit your window right, and then it's just horrible. Not really horrible. You're still camping. This one should be a slam dunk, right? Would you rather go camping or go on a fancy cruise? All right, don't out yourself here. If you're, this is RV small talk. This is a camping podcast thing. I'm not going to hate on you if you choose the cruise. I've actually never been on a cruise. I haven't done the cruise thing. I don't even know if it's on my bucket list. I like to travel. I'm not sure that cruises have ever really been that high for me. So I'm going to personally lean towards camping. Angela. You have that beautiful Intec Terra. Fantastic trailer. Fancy cruise. All right, Southland. I see you. Yeah. Camping. Wait a second. Is it this or is it that, Southland? Is it this or is it that? Going on a cruise the week before Christmas. I think that's fantastic. I think that I've heard of some families and friends near me that's like the right time to do it. It's you got enough cold for a little bit, get out, maybe the Caribbean, some warm place, get on a boat. That sounds cool. Sounds amazing. All right, next question. Would you rather go to a campground with a playground or a pool? A playground or a pool? Y'all. Playground or pool? I just got a Microsoft Teams message from Sam. She knows I'm doing this live. I think she's trying to get... She's hiding from me over there. Okay. I'll have to answer her that later. Okay. Neither. Yeah. Yep. All right. I think we can kind of go past this one. If you have kids, then absolutely this is a big question. If I'm camping, I actually prefer the playground for kids. All right. Would you rather camp deep in the woods? Would you rather camp deep in the woods or at a campground with activities? So something like national forest, deep in the national forest, where you may or may not have facilities, where you may be really quite far away from your urban environment? Or would you like to be something that's more of a KOA, or a Jellystone or something along those lines, more of a RV resort? So let me know. Campground. Oh, Chris says campground with a pool because Brielle loves swimming. Whatever Brielle likes, y'all. If you haven't met Brielle, she and her family were on one of our podcasts. They come to our rallies, so definitely look them up. They're on social media as Special Sir Camp Stances. So check them out. Get to know their story. Deep in the woods, but not really equipped for boondocking. So maybe some of your more remote state parks, maybe some of the national parks. If you do your research, the national parks can be fantastic if you do your research and find the one that is just a little bit more spread out. Let's see, deep in the forest for sure, all by yourselves. There's something special about being out there all by yourself with your families. Yeah, but really removed. Okay. If you're camping, would you rather see a bear or a skunk outside your tent? Let's say RV. Would you rather see a bear or skunk right outside? Bear or skunk? I choose skunk. I choose skunk. Let's see. What do you think? Would you prefer to see bear or skunk? Angela says skunk. I really think it would be cool to see a bear, but that close. And the original question was worded tent. We're not going there right now. All right, skunk if it's right outside. Skunk because I don't have a sense of smell. Well, there you go. You have a superpower in the fact that you can't smell it. So, there you go. Bear in the distance. Exactly. I could watch one. I'm sure I could just watch a bear forever, but I don't want it too close. One of the only times to choose skunk, right? I remember I was walking out in a pasture. It was just 2 or 3 years ago, and it was before the sun was up, and I had a headlamp on, and you can't really see even with a good headlamp if you're, it's kind of directional. And I was walking out into a field, and suddenly I had a flash of black and white, and it was not 8 feet in front of me. And I don't know of many times in my life that I felt the blood just drain out of me. Just seeing the rear end of a skunk that close and thinking, this is it. I'm done for. All right. Let me go here. Would you... I'll throw this out there. Why not? If you were responsible to make your camping dinner, would you rather cook hot dogs, something easy like hot dogs, over the fire, or a gourmet campfire meal? Here's my vote, and here's why. I would rather do hot dogs because, admittedly, I'm not a great cook, and I haven't found enough joy in cooking, I guess, to motivate me to learn to get better. However, if that were a skill set and a knowledge set that I had, heck yeah, I would be out there. I mean, I follow on Instagram like things like grilling with dad, barbecuing with dad, over the fire cooking. That's a big one. If you really just kind of want to just drool on your phone, over the fire cooking on Instagram is pretty fantastic. If I had that skill set, if I somehow had that internal motivation to get to that point, I would totally do it because it looks amazing. All right, I didn't get any votes on that one, so let me move on. If you caught a fish, would you rather eat it or throw it back into the water? Oh, here we go. Chris, gourmet. It's so nice to cook a really nice meal, especially when camping. Okay, I've had some really nice meals while camping. Not saying I cooked them, because I didn't. You're right. There is something about the setting, it being cooked outside. Food just hits differently when it's an outdoor meal. It's being prepared and served outdoors. You're right. I'm just not the one to pull that off. Okay, eating the fish or tossing it back. Give it a little kiss, toss it. What do you think? Yeah, hot dogs because don't want to do dishes. I like fresh fish, so cook it. You may have noticed I'm reading off here, but I also have a screen up there, so I'm not looking you down the pipe in the eyes. Not enough. Yeah, fresh fish makes a big difference too. That's one reason why I go eat the fish. Absolutely. When I join up with Laura's family and we do our camping in Colorado, and this is where it's the freshwater thing. Only keeping what I can eat though. Throw back the extra. Sure, absolutely. But when we're in Colorado and we go up there and we fish for trout and all that, that's pretty special because it's right there. You're in this fantastic setting, surrounded by mountains. Even in the summertime, you're at elevation, so it's nice and cool in the mornings, and it's amazing. All right, here we go. Would you rather? Where am I? Camping with your friends or with your family? This is a tough one because I think I know a lot of you. Okay. Camping with friends, this is it doesn't have to be your all the time choice, but this is your knee-jerk reaction right now. Camping with friends or camping with family? What do you think? Camping with friends or family? Personally, for me, well, I knew it, Chris. You can't, for the sake of gaming and sportsmanship. Not today, Chris. You got to choose one or the other. I do love family campouts. I think that there's something for me about doing it as a family. Maybe it's because I didn't do just a whole lot of camping growing up with my family, and now it happens more often. I think it's family for me. Angela, friends, but that includes my husband. All right, fair. I'll allow it this time. Would you rather? I'm going to skip this one. It's another s'mores one. Okay, some of these are not really good questions. Okay, would you rather have power or do off-grid camping? Would you rather have? Let's reframe this. Would you rather have full hookups while you're RV camping, or would you rather go boondocking completely off grid? What you use, including power and water, you bring in with you, and then you take out with you. What do you think? Full hookups or off grid? Nikki's listening, so I'll say family. Aha. All right. Fair. All right. Answers on full hookups or off grid. Nothing in between. This is a this or that. It's black or white. It's A or B. There's no in between here. Full hookups is a preference or off grid. All right. Here we go. Angela says full hookups, but don't sewer. Not necessary. So the sewer hookups not necessary. Off grid, from fall to spring, summer, I need AC. Yeah, I agree with that where we're usually camping, but I think that for me, that's when I totally choose higher altitude and higher latitude. And then I actually don't need the AC. That's why my family goes to the mountains in the summertime. We get out of Texas, higher latitude. We go up a mountain, higher altitude, no AC needed. Mary Lynn, howdy. Good to have you here. Full hookups. I get it. And there's definitely a place for it. I think that there's a reason why RVs just work for so many people. They give you that option, and you do have the comforts, and you still get to be in that place. You get to be near your events and your activities. You still get to see everything. So easily could go either way. Personally, I like off-grid, no facilities, figured out. Will that change? Yeah, I'm sure. As I get older, I'm certain of it. Okay. Nope. Okay. How about we make this our last one of this live stream? Would you rather camp on hot sand in 90-degree weather by the ocean, not saying just the Gulf of Mexico, what I'm used to down here in Texas, but by, let's say, a pristine spot on a beach? Yes, hot, 90-degree weather. I mean, not super hot. 90-degree weather on the perfect ocean, or 70-degree weather in the woods. And if we're going perfect ocean spot, let's compare to perfect wood spot with 70-degree weather. Would you rather the beach or the woods? Beach or the woods in perfect conditions for either of them. That's your choice. Perfect conditions beach camping, or perfect conditions wood camping. What you think? Wait for it. Okay. First answer, and it's from Angela. It says woods. Do not. Now, she did type this in yelling, but I'm not going to yell into the microphone. Want sand in my camper. Do not want sand in my camper. Woods. And I'm gonna add to this perfect conditions woods camping, because even in 7-degree weather you could have mosquito problems. So let's say perfect conditions includes no mosquitoes. Okay. Woods. Anyone else voting for woods or beach camping? Perfect conditions. Would you rather? I think the romance of camping for me is still the woods and the mountains. So I would choose that. That's where I'm emotionally tied to. However, once a year I do like to do a beach camping trip with my family. I don't know why. Probably because I grew, fairly close to the coast here in Texas. I grew up there, and so we were down there, often enough. So a little torn on this, but I think I'd still lean woods. Okay. Oh, here we go. I need to scroll down. I got to catch up to these. Hard choice. Love the beach. Woods, mountains by a stream in the fall. Bridget says woods. Chris, I don't want my camper to rust out on the beach. I mean, there's that. The sand and the rust. You got a point. It's time to move to an all aluminum camper, Chris. They don't rust quite as much. So, I digress. Everybody, again, we're wrapping this up. Usually for these Friday live events, we'll have PJ and Lindsay, or PJ or Lindsay along with me, and we kind of riff here and riff with you a little bit back and forth. But they're traveling for the RVDA convention in Las Vegas. They should be back here soon. Congratulate them next time you see them on social media, because they worked really hard and were nominated and chosen as a top 50 dealership in the U.S. and Canada. So track them down on social media or in person and give them a high five or a hug or something like that. We're really stoked about that. Don't forget that we are expanding at Princess Craft. So we have a new location in Houston, Texas, and we've got our eyes open, scanning the land, seeing where else we might go. Check out or stay tuned because we do have dates, I believe, for the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally and the Texas Truck Camper Rally in the spring. For those dates, because I don't have them right in front of me, look up, do a Google search for Texas Tiny Trailer Rally or Texas Truck Camper Rally. Go ahead and get that on your schedule. We want to see you there. Keep your ears open. We would like to do a off-grid camp out in the near future. I don't know that we can pull it off as soon as December, but possibly as soon as January. And if cooler weather scares you, don't let it, because that's actually perfect training ground, perfect training time, learning time, and perfect sit by a fire and just soak it in time. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this installment of the RV Small Talk Podcast Friday live stream. And I will see you again soon. Oh, and I just released an episode of the podcast before I came on. So look for the episode that is, will RVs be banned? Because there's a discussion out there. So go to your podcast player of choice. We will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.